Alright, what is up, yo? Go. I was gonna leave that in, but we gotta redo that. Alright, what's going on, guys? So I've been working on this taillight problem since I woke up this morning. It's been like super windy out, so I woke up. You literally hear the wind pushing the house around and said, fuck it, I'm going back to sleep. I woke up. I don't know why, but I was like, in my head, I just started researching the taillight thing. And so we've made some progress, and I actually think I know what the solution is at this point. So I woke up, went outside. At that point, I had zero taillights. But this one on the passenger side used to work. So I crawl into the back seat, found these grounds. Also, this passenger door doesn't like to open sometimes. 30-year-old car problems. Hopefully you guys can actually see in here. I don't know what I did with my flashlight. Let me grab the flashlight. It's right here. Alright. Got a new flashlight. Alrighty. So there are these two grounds right here. Plug those two right into that little stud right there. I don't have a nut. I put a nut on it, but it's not the right size, so we gotta find that. I put those two on there, and then the passenger side taillight worked. So now, I at least have something to work with so I can base why the driver's side isn't working like the passenger side. So I start digging into that. Now I can throw my pictures up on the screen because it would be a pain in the ass to show you guys. But basically, we have this connector, and these are brand new taillights, have all brand new bulbs, so we can automatically discount that, so it's not the taillights themselves. So I could plug this passenger fucking whatever it's called, wiring thing, into the side. It would light up. I could plug it into this side and it would light up. If I plug this driver's side one, it doesn't reach to the passenger side, but if I plug the driver's side one into the driver's side taillight, it does not light up. So automatically, like, okay, the problem is with this driver's side plug, correct? Correct. So then obviously, I'm like, it's probably not getting power or ground, because that's really all you need. So I start checking it. It's getting ground in the right spot, and it's getting power in the right spot. So I'm like, what the fuck? We've also checked the fuses. It's fuse 33 and 37. It's a little bit confusing on like the cap. There's like 10 different fuses it says, but I'm pretty sure it's just 33 and 37. Going on a rant. So at that point, I'm just confused because like it's getting power, it's getting ground. So I was literally like taking a nap. I just slept on it. And I have so many tabs. I have like 30 tabs in Safari on my computer and on my phone trying to figure this shit out. And there's like this module that can change the taillights. But I was like, that still doesn't make any sense. So then I'm thinking, I have like a diagram. I'll put the pictures up. But basically, it's getting ground in the right spot, and then it's getting power at the right spot. So it's like the top two, and then the bottom left on the left side, and bottom right on the right side is getting ground. But I had marked that other pins were getting ground, which obviously it shouldn't be, at least my understanding, because both the diagrams that I looked up says it's getting ground in one pin, so it shouldn't be getting ground everywhere. So obviously, the wires are probably like rubbed through somewhere, and then I was just gonna be lazy and just cut out the bad wires just to see if it worked. I was like, we shouldn't do that, that's a bad idea. So I went ahead and freaking climbed all the way back here, which is not fun, into the back seat because we got a whole freaking roll cage. You can't move that thing, so you gotta do some fucking aerobics to get back there. And you'll not believe what I found. I mean, you probably will. I mean, according to my line of reasoning that I've been following thus far. But hopefully I can show you guys this. If not, I can put a picture up on the screen. But essentially, these wires have been rubbed through on the harness. It's kind of difficult to see. I'm gonna have to climb all the way back there, which I'm not super stoked about, but it's just a little bit rubbed through. Oh gosh. Not fun climbing around in there. But yeah. So it's rubbed through. So let me show you guys what it's doing right now, and then we'll fix that rubbing through and see if it actually fixes our problem. Fingers crossed. So we have both taillight plugs plugged in. Let me show you guys. We got this one plugged in, this one plugged in, both sides. We're gonna go ahead and grab the keys, turn the ignition on. If I can freaking find it. Ignition is on, the headlight switch on, headlights are on, and oh gosh. I guess that one's not turning on now. But, oh, because I took those grounds off. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys that. So let me put these grounds back on. Probably questionable safety-wise at this point. But it's not really that dangerous. Oh, God, climbing back here is horrific. Ground number 1, ground number 2. I can already see the tail light on. Oh. God damn. Tail light is on. So now we got that one. Hopefully we can climb all the way back in that back seat, pull the wiring all the way through, repair where it's been rubbed through, and then I'm gonna put like vacuum hose and wrap it around it so it doesn't happen again. And hopefully that'll fix our problems, because basically it's just sheet metal right there, and there was like a rubber insulator on it, but it's not very thick and it could have been sliding around. So we're gonna fix that and see if it fixes our problem. Alright y'all, I finally fucking figured this shit out. I've deadass been working on this all today and all yesterday pretty much. Also got it faded up. Check it out. But yeah, so we climbed in the back seat, right? Dug through all that, and I figured out the wires that were cut up. There's like only 2 wires, and it's not even the taillight harness. I should probably fix those anyways, but not something I'm worried about right now. So crawled back there, put the nut on the ground thing, so the grounds are perfect now. And I also found like 3 more grounds that weren't on, so I just threw those on the ground. So we did that, still only the right taillight. And then, so look at this friggin' mess back here. So I figured basically we can take the right taillight, right? This one I can plug into the left side and it'll work. I can plug this one in, doesn't work. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'll just make the wiring on this side the exact same as this side, so that's why you see it's all butchered up. So then I plugged that side all up. The wiring is exactly the same as the passenger side, still doesn't work. So I'm like, it has to be the connector. So I had my dad help me. I just hooked up straight up ground, used like a little clamp connector on the taillight, hooked up the ground straight to a ground, power straight to a power, lit right up. So yeah, still gotta actually fix it, and it's like bullet terminals, so I don't know if I'll actually be able to find those. Hopefully I don't have to wait to freaking buy a goddamn actual BMW terminal. I'm just gonna go to AutoZone and just buy every single female bullet terminal they have and pray to God that one of them fits. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that. And since I didn't have to mess with the wiring, technically I can like just put it all back to stock. I can just, hopefully I can actually get brake lights and reverse, well, I don't know about reverse lights because we gotta, I guess this was a manual car originally, so I don't know, maybe we can get reverse lights, but I'll at least be able to drive at night, period. So that'll be cool, and I have a cool video idea for tonight that I need to drive at night, so yeah, let's go get some bullet terminals. Alright, yo, we are officially off on a mission. That mission is go to the junkyard. Thank goodness, literally like 1 day ago or 2 days ago now, We're also on day 3 of trying to fix our taillights, but today should be the day. I highly doubt that anybody has stolen my taillight harness connectors in 2 days. Very lucky. One, the car, an E36 was dropped off at the junkyard 2 days ago. Lucky number 1. Lucky number 2 is the junkyard near me, because every other junkyard is in Phoenix. And I live like an hour away, and it's a pain in the ass, especially at this time of day, because it's about to be rush hour, and never a good time driving on the highway at that time of day for like an hour each way. Like, it's not only an hour of driving, but it's like stressful, like everybody's trying to kill you driving. So we're heading to the junkyard. I have a list, like 3 objectives. I need the bumper strips, the rear bumper strips, left and right side. Fingers crossed on that one. That's the only one I think they might not have. I want the trunk grip trim, because mine was like silver at first when I bought the car, and then I painted it black and it looks okay, but I want to have like an actual like proper trim colored one. And then obviously the harness connectors. And I have also ordered just yesterday I got the front trim for the bumper and the front left one. There's like 4 pieces on the front bumper. So we're gonna have all those, and I ordered the side trim off eBay. Got our good old fake M3 ones. And so yeah, we should have all the trim. And I don't know if I want to spoil the rest, but there's a reason why we're getting the trim, if that gives you any hints. But fingers crossed, we're heading to the junkyard right now. It's like 20-minute drive. Not too shabby. Alright, we are back. Make sure the mic's on. It was not. That would have been very bad. It's a little toasty out, but yeah, that was very successful. There was this AC out. I put a clip in there, obviously. So, but it was this AC Schnitzer, whatever. How the hell you say that? Rear bumper. My rear bumper's kind of fucked up, and I was like, damn, I don't have the tools. And I was looking up how much it's worth, and it's like probably like $350. And I was like, damn, that's kind of clean. But I don't have the tools, and I have to go home and come back and then actually take it off, and then they might charge me a crazy amount of money. I'm still contemplating because my rear bumper's messed up. But I think it might not look as good, because I think mine's like an M3 without the rear diffuser. So I don't know about that, but people here are absolute chillers. Fuck the one in Phoenix, bro. They like charge me for every little thing and just the most ridiculous prices. This one, so I had the switches, the 2 wiring harness connectors, and the trim pieces, and I just had the trim pieces out, and he's like, it's just those 2? And I was like, yeah. And there's like the electrical switch in the toolbox. Just trying to be an outstanding citizen, you know what I mean? Not trying to pull a fast one on anybody here. He's like, don't worry about it. Charged me $4 for all that shit. So shout out to that guy. And now we're gonna head back. The only thing we didn't get was the trunk thing. It was on there, but it just looked like shit, and it was like clear coat fading, so I'll just order a new one. But those trim pieces aren't cheap, so I think we'll be able to save those, and that'll probably save me like fucking $80 or something stupid. So yeah, let's head back. Now we can finally fix our taillights, throw those little trim pieces on. We might have to self-taper them a little bit to make sure they actually stay on there. Yeah, successful trip. It always takes me a little bit longer than I expect, because I'll just find like that one thing. I'm like, damn, I didn't bring the tools, but like maybe I can like ask somebody if I can borrow their tools real quick, and then I can just. But yeah, we got what we came for. Now we're heading back. About to give it a go. I tested it once with like 4 of the pins, just like the ground and power connected. It didn't work. Fingers crossed, it's just something weird going on and I just need to have all the pins connected. If it doesn't work, I might lose my mind and just burn this car and drive it off a cliff. But, alright, let's see. Nothing. I hate this car. I genuinely don't understand how it's possible that it doesn't work. Unless somehow this connector is bad, which is just... Alright, as we continue the hunt to find my sanity here, I decided to take a nap in order to not punch any holes in anything or throw anything. The story my friend Dimitri loves to tell everyone is a story about how I got angry while I was working on this car and I smashed my phone into the valve cover and had to email my girlfriend so I could tell her what had happened. But nevertheless, it's always a good time with this car and I'm not crazy and I'm completely sane. But, alright, so take a nap. Usually helps my brain work. So I noticed, if you look over here, correct, you'll notice, it's kind of hard to see through the camera, so there's 2 pointy things on one side, 1 pointy thing on the other side. Basically all the diagrams have them pointed both the same way, so if you look on this side, I don't even know if I'm making sense anymore, if you look on this side, because assuming this harness isn't bad, something's wired up incorrectly. So it is wired up differently than this side, but also these connectors are flip-flop. So if you look at this one, the left side, the one that has the arrow on the left side, just one, has the black, yellow, white and blue, white and red, white and green. And on this side, it is the opposite. So that complicates things as well. So I don't even know if this makes sense anymore, but I'll show you guys my line of thought. So this diagram here is talking about a check control module or something like that. I don't even know what that is, but it does mention. So this is our driver's side taillight, and red is marked for power, blue is marked for ground. And then that is just with the thing on the left side. Now this is the same except for I flipped it because obviously it is flipped on the taillight side. And what you'll notice here is that this bottom, the third row down on the left, has a ground on the passenger side and doesn't on the driver's side, which may be our problem, which is also mentioned in this diagram. It says the bridge pins 2 and 3 on the right hand unit. Now this is talking about a check control module. I'm pretty sure my car has one. I'm pretty sure every American car has one, but I do not know because there's not really information on it online. So yeah, I guess we're going to try and bridge 2 and 3 first. If that doesn't do anything, we can try and bridge 4 and 8. Also 2 and 3 is in fact these two on the left side in the middle here. So it could make sense because that would give me another ground that corresponds with this one. If that doesn't work, we'll try and bridge the 2 bottom ones, which is 4 and 8, which the diagram also says. If that doesn't work, I'll probably just throw this car away. I have the most ratchet possible way to test this. I just stripped a little bit of the wire and it doesn't want to focus. There we go. Stripped a little bit of wire and I actually just used male and female connector on that one, so we just wrapped it around there. So we got metal on metal contact. Should work. Let's give it a freaking shot, eh? Got real high hopes on this one. Real high hopes. light is on. Taillights. It's not plugged in. Not the smartest guy in town. Wow, awesome. After this entire fucking time, it works. And it was completely not even close to what I thought it was. Well, yeah, for the most part. So we're at the junkyard. I didn't even plan on getting this there, but this was my current headlight switch. I literally didn't even realize that there was like a switch in the middle, because there's no sticker, and like when you move this, the new one like kind of clicks in between. This one just does not do that. So I was like, well, it'll look nicer, it'll feel nicer, I'm just gonna grab this, why not? I did read online, like one person thought it might be that. So I put the new headlight switch in, and this one actually clicks in between. There's 3 different positions, and it's like way more tactile. And I also didn't even realize that there's 2 plugs that goes into the back of this. One is just for the high beams, I believe, but plugged both of those in. Literally, so I did end up using the new harness, so I guess it could have been that, but I realized I've been testing power and ground on the harness, so it shouldn't be a harness problem, unless I still don't know how it was getting power and ground and wouldn't turn on, but I guess something weird with the headlight switch. But basically, we used the new harness for the driver's side that I pulled off at the yard, and I literally just hooked everything up. It's hella ghetto right now, but hooked up everything just factory. No messed up weird wiring to copy that side. Literally just same as original, and it works. Also, the lights on the dash look way nicer before. It was kind of like sketchy looking, like some parts would light up and some parts wouldn't, and now we've got light for the gas gauge. Not that it matters because it doesn't work. We've got all the lights all around there. It looks all nice. Need to actually push this in, but I'm freaking stoked on that, and now I can finally film this video that I wanted to shoot. And yeah, major relief. I'm gonna test and see if the reverse lights and stuff works. It's also nice that I was able to make it work without messing with the wiring, because now I should be able to get the reverse and brake lights to actually work. Because if I had to hodgepodge it, there was just no way in hell that I'm actually gonna get it to work beyond brake lights. So that's a huge thumbs up. Major relief. Thank fucking God. We figured it out. 3 days of work. And basically just got lucky at the end, kind of. Recording.
Oh, it's recording now.
So I had my dad come out and help me, and the friggin' brake lights work too. That was the last thing I ever expected on this car to actually work. I had essentially given up on that thought actually coming true. So we have everything except for reverse lights, which is not surprising because I don't remember plugging in any of the harness, or if there even was harness, because this is a get rag to ZF swap. I'm assuming the wiring isn't too complicated, but I'm also not going to stress about reverse lights that much. That's freaking awesome. So probably make this thing 10 times more safe to drive in terms of getting rear-ended. If you guys like that video, you're a true fan, because that was not fun to do, and I'm sure it was less fun to watch. But we'll be back to more exciting stuff. That'll open me up to doing more exciting stuff. So if you guys like the video, drop a like, helps the algorithm, and catch you next time.